I had a dream last night in which I was going to be important in a show. It was like wrestling, but it was just like, okay, like a vending kind of fair. It was like at the York Fair, and it was supposed to be wrestling, but that's not a really important part of it. It's not what it was supposed to be part of. And I had to interact with black people, and the black people were completely unreasonable that I was interacting with in a way that I couldn't understand. And it was really frustrating because they weren't treating me like a regular person. They weren't being reasonable to talk to me in a way that they were acting like they couldn't relate to me no matter what I said. And then there were and I was with my girlfriend and this other woman. I saw a documentary. There's supposed to be this girl that was, had problems as a little girl, and she grew up when she was a teenager. She killed her mom, supposedly because her mom was acting like she had to be a prisoner her whole life, because her mom was making her a local celebrity and getting charity and donations about the beautiful family that has the retarded kid, and the daughter was acting retarded because the mom needed her to act retarded, and she killed her mom, and she went to jail for 20 years. She got a light sentence, like a half sentence for murder, 20 years, and she got out recently. And okay, the significance for this is it was the woman that I have a serious crush on, and this celebrity that I think of as like, it might be interesting to meet her, to review her for work, to put her in a movie or something, based upon if she could be a scary character or a person you could believe on. And I 80% interested, 20% afraid she might kill again. And there's this girl that's how I feel about her, that was in the dream, as it was my girlfriend and her as the friend. And we were trying to help me figure out how to fix the problem I had with the black people being completely unreasonable in the dream. And how I interpret that is, they're not being unreasonable to me. Black people, is some kind of social standard in which white people have, where white people have that problem. And it could be, my dream could be interpreted to be like, okay, YouTube would like to see me succeed, but they're not going to believe in me because they're afraid that I might be extremely racist in their mind, this white institution, about how they feel when there's black people and white people interacting together, and the white person tells a joke or is telling a joke about interacting with black people. And it's extremely unfair, and I'm being subjected to an institutional racist standard. So what am I going to do? What am I going to do if I can't have a black audience? What, YouTube thinks they can't find smart black people who like to read? Smart black people who like to read and say, well, I'm really proud that there's a white guy that does positive, wholesome, emotional, character-driven stories about black people. And he has a white person, and it's racial healing, and you learn about race across different lenses of making sure the character distinction and personalities among black people are held distinct instead of it being black people's. Now we have individual personality between each people's that it could be, and make personality types really come through in my work, and have so many opportunities for people in film, for black people in film, to work on my movies, to be actors and work on the teams to make these projects. And it's extremely unfair because what's normal for me, okay, I just expect, if I'm talking to black people, if you just comfortable, because I wouldn't expect the black people to be unreasonable. I would be like, you need a blanket, you need to lay down for a little bit and get your head together, but actually in a sensitive area about something being difficult to you, about how you treat them like they have a problem, where they just need to relax and let their racism go by, let the racism go through them and come out their shit chute, because they have a problem. If it's a problem, people being unreasonable about, oh, you want to be here, you saying it's positive for the black community, you're showing that you do positive work, and the only problem they have with you is the color of your skin. The only problem they have with you, because you're a nerd, you are a nerd, you're not saying you're nothing that you're not, but you saying that this is the white person that this is black people, this white person, that black people is so influential in this white person's development, and you can't You have to treat him based upon your white institution's assumptions of seeing white person do black things. If you just rationalize that as a little thought experiment, you will see that the white people are extremely racist. The white institutions that are supposed to be caring about making sure everything is positive, no feelings are getting hurt, are extremely racist because they're adding all these things to my art that's racist. They're adding all this icky, disgusting shit to my work that makes it look racist, that's only in their minds. And what they're going to ask black people in the context of, do you think this looks racist, if they were to ask any black people. And it's extremely unfair to me. Because you understand this racism, this liberal racism is really a problem because they have all the things and their opinions of black people, but they don't talk about it. They just have these rules that they follow and they blindly enforce the rules. How white people blindly enforce rules about race that I want to prove is going to get them in trouble, is going to get them in serious trouble. Because they're going to have to pay me, and it's going to come out in terms of paying my people to do projects. So as you pay into me, okay, you pay me, and I'm paying for work, for people to work on things that we're going to own together. I'm going to own a majority stake for the fucking company share house. But y'all, making my work, and I swear to God, man, this money deserved you, because I lost so many years of work in terms of teams who could have worked with me when I could have had my professional film if YouTube wasn't racist against me. And see, this is how they're racist. You have to really think about this. So if I'm doing content in the context of talking about a white person who's immersed in black people, like I'm the only white person and it's all black people, and I'm talking about being surrounded by black people in a way that's comfortable for me, as if black is normal, and then the white person says that's racist, what must have been going through the minds of these white people that are making that decision? What do they actually see and hear in the context of me being surrounded by black people and just being myself and being more expressive versus being shy and being less expressive, but being more expressive and having black people in my life? What do they think? What do they feel versus the intention of my art in terms of being surrounded by, being immersed, surrounded by being the only white person in a black environment? What must you have to see their racism and just want me to have the fruit of the thing, because I promise to pay it back. I'll make black content, black jobs. I'll do a really good job. And people, come and support me. I really need it. I know. My dream must be really significant. I'm talking to all black people now. And I should represent all black people in terms of how we feel about our white people. I should. How we feel about our white people. And look at this as our white people that's seriously... He's a nerd, he's a princess. People, maybe the black friends in your life don't want to be in your movies, Matt, because you were a bottom person, and now you're trying to be a top person and being a leader in your film. The people who you were a bottom person with are not going to be in your movies where you're being a leader and controlling everything to make your movie. You have to find completely new people, and that's going to take a while. And it's sketchy about being in a white person's film. Even the people at church, some people at church said they wanted to do it, but some people wanted to know exactly what they're going to do, if they're going to do it, and have an extremely organized thing laid in front of them, in which it looks like it's something officially, it's something more official than if I was just saying we're just going to make a movie and have. But I need a film team. I need to have a certain budget. I need to have a certain credibility in order to do that. So what is my problem from not having black people in my work? It's not having black people in my life. I have black people in my life. I don't have black people in my work because there's a higher rate of expectation versus homeless white people. Homeless white people and white people that are at the club that make $20. If you come across a random white person, it's going to be like, okay, give me $20 and we can talk for your content maybe. You seem okay. But what's the barriers between me getting black people in my content? It's not having black people in my life. It's about being afraid and also respecting black people at a certain point of making sure that everything is respectable and from my vantage point and more than it needs to be in terms of just like I can't come in at like where I'm at right now. I have to come in at being able to promise greater than I'm promising now, expecting to be able to give something substantially better to black people being in your work than what you can do now. What could I do? Schizophrenia was just all by myself, random people. I got George to be in it, and Ray Bay died really, but I put him in it. He was my best. He was one of my online best friends. He was my online best friend, really. And I love you. They so racist. What is this? What are the criteria that they're using in order to determine me not qualified to have even the views, a test audience on my work? What are their criteria? And if it was something like, oh, I'm a pervert, that would be morally atrocious if they're saying I'm a pervert. And depending on, is this, whatever other reason it could be, is it more or less personally offensive and extremely atrocious than saying that, oh, I'm racist? That's what I'm judging our racism as, like, oh, they could say that I'm racist in their minds. They don't communicate with you. They don't communicate with you as the basic grounds for what I think it is in terms of the middle ground or the base ground for what would be expected of them saying that I'm not allowed to have views on my work. Okay, so I need people to help me out.